Listen to my reasoning before you go judging me. My F21, BF, M22, is an idiot. He says that black people, I am black BTW, straightening their hair is culture appropriation. Now at first I laughed because I was so convinced it was satire. It was not. He was serious. I tried to inform him hair patterns have nothing to do with culture. You can be white with curly hair, you can be Asian with curly hair, you can be black, without being mixed, with straight hair. I said the same with colored eyes as green eyes run in my family very heavily. If I were to wear contacts it would have nothing to do with culture because even though mostly white and Arab, correct me if I'm wrong, have colored eyes, Asian people can have blue eyes as can black people, IDK what to do LMAO. I think he's one of those people who are convinced they're different. He's like the earth is flat, space isn't real type of people. I've been with an idiot for almost 3 years. I get embarrassed whenever he tried to bring up these topics around people. I don't mind him having his own opinion but it's the fact he sounds so matter of fact and if you say oh well I don't believe that he calls you crazy etc. hence the embarrassment. I'd like to think I'm pretty open-minded like yeah maybe the earth is flat maybe space isn't what it seems to be but I'm not gonna shit on someone else for having a diff opinion than me lol. Anyway yeah, I'm dating a narcissistic idiot, boy did I hit the jackpot. Also sorry I went on a different topic toward the end LMAO my bad just had to rant a bit. Update. Y'all, he isn't white skull please chill out but I've read a large majority of y'all's comments lol. I've decided I'm gonna have a very long talk with him and really understands how he feels about his conspiracy theories and culture appropriation. Also y'all I never said he was racist he was a bit misinformed what culture appropriation is but he got it when I said if I, again in black, go and wear traditional Native American clothing that'd be culture appropriating. He understood after a few examples similar to that. And after we have a long talk and realize whatever it is we realize then we will make our decision based on that. So please chill out LMAO some of y'all's comments are funny though. NGLLMAO. If you know he's an idiot and you still date him, you're kind of an idiot too though. Thank you for saying this. Honestly your reason for staying with him doesn't make you super smart either. Greater than I'm dating a narcissistic idiot, boy did I hit the jackpot. Well it's a pretty easy situation to fix. You can't fix him, but you can fix your circumstances. At some point it's a situation that's no longer his fault for creating, but yours for accepting and continuing to stick around. Not disagreeing with your point but the word narcissist gets thrown around so much and I doubt she's ever met one. I don't know how someone being ignorant makes them a narcissist. Also besides him not understanding stuff, he might be a good partner to her since she didn't mention any issues within the relationship. Why haven't you left Brew? Those aren't opinions. It's just idiotic. Sounds like a moron. Do you want to have moron kids? Ackers that's where you're headed Missy. If he's such an idiot, why are you with him? Because they're so similar. ... Why exactly are you still with this guy? I'm not being flippant, I'm genuinely wondering what exactly draws you to this guy, what the attraction is. Other than his conspiracy theories and ignorance, he's a pretty decent guy and I do love him and I really do not want to start all over with someone who may or may not cheat etc. If I have to deal with his ignorance and conspiracy theories then I'll tolerate it. Let's say you have kids together. Are you comfortable with the idea of him raising your kids to believe the earth is flat and that space isn't real? Are you okay with him raising your kids to not pay attention to anything in school because of his conspiracy theories? And let's say kids are off the table. Are you okay with this guy talking about his conspiracy theories at the family table? If you get married, are you okay with everyone knowing that you chose someone who believes the earth is flat and that space isn't real? What about your career if, when you do figure out what you want to do, will you be okay with potentially never moving up, being passed up for promotions because your higher-ups don't want someone married to a man who believes such things in a position of higher responsibility? That will happen, whether they're supposed to let it or not. If you can ask yourself these questions, and confidently answer them one way or the other, then you'll have an idea of what will be best for you. Tell him that by his logic, people getting perms are guilty of it as well. Then tell him that he is culturally appropriating his pubic hair. Honest question, is white people getting cornrows or dreadlock cultural appropriation? You're right, he's an idiot. And when people see that you've chosen an idiot to be the closest person in your life, they're going to think you're an idiot, too. And they might not be wrong if he's already got you considering that, maybe, the earth is flat. Come on now, you're smarter than that. You can do better. You're 21. Cut him loose. Stop dating for a while. Learn about yourself and your worth. There's no law that says you have to be in a relationship. Based off your comments, you're an idiot as well for staying with him. You're 21, you still have time to find and settle down with a great guy who isn't racially ignorant. What did you come here for? To vent? Are you using the flat earth and space isn't real thing as like hyperbole, or does he literally believe those things? I feel like there is a point where two people have levels of intelligence that are so far from each other that it makes them incompatible. I can't really tell from just this post if that is what is going on or if he is just very opinionated and argues his less than intelligent opinions to the end. He quite literally believes the earth is flat and space is fake. When it comes to his conspiracy theories, I just tell him I'm not interested, or I say oh okay I didn't know and cut the convo short, because when he starts I already know we won't be agreeing. I've gotten to the point where I tell him please don't talk to me about your conspiracy theories anymore. You can delete everything after the first two sentences LMAO. If that's how you really feel and you can't connect with him intellectually on some simple things, maybe he's not the one. Dragging it out won't make it easier. I think the relationship has only lasted this long because he can't do better than you. You guys are young, so everything is convenient. But in the future, when big decisions have to be made, you'll be wondering how come your life ended up like this. He may be all these things you claim, but you're the one dating him, and all you would end up doing is trying to justify any red flags other people have to say. You're obviously attracted to him for this. Okay. There's a difference between being open-minded and believing every conspiracy you hear. He sounds fucking exhausting tbh, and yes, very off base with reality, causing him to cross the line into racism. I don't blame you for wanting to go. I doubt anyone would fr. Sounds like a moron. Do you want to have moron kids? Ackers, that's where you're headed, Missy. Please don't let him reproduce. Lol. Okay, so what advice do you want, exactly? This isn't true off my chest. This is relationship advice. You know, that place you post to when you want advice, not just venting. Okay, so what advice do you want, exactly? This isn't true off my chest. This is relationship advice. You know, that place you post to when you want advice, not just venting. Okay, so what advice do you want, exactly? This isn't true off my chest. This is relationship advice. You know, that place you post to when you want advice, not just venting. So you admit to being with someone who actively embarrasses you and who you think is a narcissistic idiot who you fundamentally disagree with on topics that can potentially be deal breakers, worldview, politics, etc. However, you tolerate this because he's a decent guy. I was in your shoes once. I dated a guy the first knew from high school and into college who held similar beliefs, among other worse things, to your current BF. I ended it at 22 when I realized that I was settling and deserved better, even if that meant being alone for a while. Why are you settling? You have an entire life ahead of you. I guarantee you that the longer you prolong the relationship, the more miserable you'll be down the line. However, based on your responses, you're clearly not looking for advice since you have a rebuttal for every sensible suggestion you've gotten. I'll just say that your life is yours to live, and I hope you value yourself enough to just let this relationship go, glow up, and move on. Heart. You're both idiots for entertaining a notion as vapid and vain as cultural appropriation.